I recently made a video where I went over my predictions for the new FantasyLife game from level 5. Those predictions included what the new lives in the game could be. We know that there will be 2 new lives, maybe more, in the newest installment of the FantasyLife games, FantasyLife I, the girl who steals time. We know this because we can see the empty life slots in this part of the trailer here, as well as the fact that it was confirmed in an interview with the game's producer back at the end of April. It was my prediction that one of the new lives would be a farming life, and I still believe that this is correct. In fact, in the original FantasyLife game, level 5 had planned on having 20 lives rather than the 12 we got. One of these lives was going to be a farmer. We aren't exactly sure why the farming life was scrapped from the original game, but some would suggest it was because creating a farming system was too much for the developers to do on top of all of the other lives they had to make. Instead, players can borrow crops from NPCs to use for the cooking life. There were a bunch of different farming areas scattered throughout Reveria in the original game. I'm assuming this would have been to give players space for more crops, as well as maybe the fact that only certain crops would grow in certain biomes, like tropical fruits in tropical areas and winter crops in winter areas. It definitely wouldn't surprise me if we got a farming life. Not only is there another crafting life to go with it, like woodcutter and carpenter, but it was already planned for the original FantasyLife game. Plus, if that's not enough to make you think we might be getting a farming life in the new game, let's look at the trends of recent releases and announcements. Farming games have always been popular, but you can't deny that there have been a lot of new farming games recently. This will add a lot of new and different gameplay elements to FantasyLife I. As I mentioned, you would be able to grow all of the crops needed for the farming life, and maybe you will even be able to grow magical crops for the magician and alchemist lives. You could probably even grow decorative plants for the decoration of your island, which I can assume will be a big part of the new game. Not only that, but you may also have to defend your crops from thieves. No, not that. Maybe wild animals or even NPCs. I definitely feel like this could be a beneficial life for the new game. Now, on to the second life I originally predicted. My first thought was that the other new life would be a builder, someone to construct buildings and other outdoor decorations for your island. However, it was suggested by my sister, who said I had to give her a shout out for this idea, so hi Sydney, that the other new life could be a tinkerer or a tinkering life. At first, that made me think of the Tinkerbell movie. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought she could be right. Shh, don't tell her I said that though. So instead of a builder who just constructs buildings, a tinkerer could make all kinds of things. I'm thinking it'll mostly be like steampunk things, again, going back to the terraforming robot. Because the player is time traveling between the past and the present, whether the present is when the island is in ruin or the past is when the island is in ruin, it's all very confusing. There will be remains of what was once there before the island got, ruined. So there could be some sort of old machines around and such that the player would be able to gather materials from. Think of the Guardian parts from Breath of the Wild that Link then uses to craft or make special weapons. I can definitely see the player having to explore different areas to find parts from the ruins in order to build special equipment. Again, thinking about this robot that we see here. And who knows, maybe we will be able to build other machines to help us with our island and other things as well. Could also see us being able to make things like vehicles or automation machines for lives like Farmer, have a machine to plant, water, and pick your crops, once the player reaches a certain point in the game, that is. Or a machine to help with wood cutting and mining, and maybe machines to help with cooking as well, like upgraded ovens. You may even be able to create devices to help the player with battling. The tinkering life could even allow you to build flying machines and boats. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. The player could also even make steampunk-themed furniture and decorations with the parts they collect as well. It was stated in that same interview with the game's producer that they have made a brand new crafting system for the game. Could this be hinting about the possibility of a tinkering life? I feel like a tinkering life could add some really unique gameplay elements and change the way that FantasyLife is played. Is that a good thing? We will have to wait and see. Overall, even though we don't know much about the game because we are in the middle of an information drought, they haven't told us anything in months, we still have a lot to look forward to with this game. It would be really great if we would see more than 2 new lives, or even if they would bring back some of the other lost lives from the original game. As always, I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are, so let me know in the comments below. Do you think I am right? Am I way off the mark? Let's talk about it. Also, if you liked the video, please let me know with a thumbs up. And if you really liked it, share with your friends, both FantasyLife lovers and FantasyLife not know-abouters. I won't say FantasyLife haters because that's not possible, so anyone who doesn't love these games just must not know about them yet. One last thing, I'm just going to do a quick little plug here. I do stream on Twitch, so if you'd be interested in following me, the link to my Twitch will be in the description below. I stream most weekdays except for Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. EST, and we would love to see you there. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!